Friends, the loss of life sounds scary. But what if there is a stupid death? Really stupid. The kind that makes you laugh even while you shake your head. Today we're talking about the stupidest deaths in the world. The ones so ridiculous they almost feel like nature's way of cleaning house. Let's go, friends. You know how some people say, "Hold my beer" right before doing something dumb? These people didn't just hold the beer, they drank it, climbed on the roof, lit the fuse, and then looked surprised when gravity and physics showed up. We're talking about the Darwin Awards, the unofficial hall of fame for people who removed themselves from the gene pool in the most spectacularly foolish ways possible. No tragic accidents, no bad luck. Just pure, concentrated bad decisions. Excited? Alright, settle in. This is going to be a long ride. Let's start with one of the classics. Toronto, 1993. A lawyer named Gary Hoy. Smart guy, successful, working on the 24th floor of a big glass tower. One day he's giving a tour to a group of law students and decides to show off how strong the windows are. He'd done this stunt before. Run at the glass, bounce off, everyone laughs. So he does it again. Shoulder first. Full speed. The glass doesn't break. The entire window pops clean out of its frame. Gary keeps going. 24 floors straight down into the courtyard. The students watched a grown man prove that the windows were, in fact, very strong. And then disappear. Can you imagine the silence after that thud? Have you ever tried to impress someone and completely overshot the mark? This guy overshot by 24 stories. Unbelievable. Next up, Japan, 2017. A warehouse worker needs to change a light bulb hanging about 10 meters up. Instead of getting a proper ladder or calling maintenance, he decides the forklift is good enough. He stacks wooden pallets on the forks until he builds himself a wobbly tower. Climbs up, reaches for the bulb. The whole stack shifts. Down he goes. Lights out. Permanently. Friends, when the title of your death story is basically "Forklift around and find out," you know you earned it. Who among us has stood on a chair to reach something and thought, "This is fine"? This man took that energy and scaled it to industrial levels. Holland, 2007. Team building bus tour. The roof hatch is open. Two grown men decide it would be fun to stick their heads out while singing. The bus enters a low overpass. Two necks meet concrete at highway speed. Instant. The rest of the group sat there in stunned silence while the bus kept moving. Singing with your head out the sunroof? What could go wrong? Apparently everything. Would you stick your head out of a moving bus just for the breeze? Be honest in the comments. Southern Egypt, 1995. A chicken falls into a deep well. One guy climbs down to rescue it. He can't get back up. Another guy climbs down to help the first guy, then another. Then another. By the time the chain ends, 6 people have drowned trying to save one chicken. The chicken, by the way, survived. Nature is savage and also has a sense of humor. 6 human lives for one bird. Friends, next time a chicken falls in a hole, maybe just accept the loss. Have you ever gotten into a chain of bad decisions that started with something tiny? This is the extreme version. England, 2006. A man gets a new jacket advertised as stab-proof. His wife is away. He decides the best way to test it is to stab himself. Multiple times. The jacket fails the real-world test. He is found later in the hallway bleeding out. The investigation must have been short. Cause of death: curiosity and a kitchen knife. Who tests body armor by attacking themselves? This guy. Absolute legend of the wrong kind. Iran, 1999. A hunter wants to catch a snake alive. He grabs it. The snake wraps around his shotgun. While he's trying to deal with the snake, the gun goes off and shoots him. The snake lived. The hunter did not. Trying to outsmart a snake while holding a loaded firearm is a special kind of confidence. Would you grab a venomous snake with your bare hands while carrying a gun? I hope the answer is no. Australia, 2011. Planking was the big internet trend, lying face down in weird places for photos. One young man decides the perfect spot is the railing of a high balcony. He stretches out, loses balance, falls. The photo was never posted. Trends are temporary. Gravity is forever. Have you ever done something stupid for a photo or a video? This is the version that ends the trend permanently. Kansas, 2002. A man's car breaks down near railroad tracks. He's on the phone, standing right next to the rails, covering one ear so he can hear better. A train comes. He never hears it. The phone call ends abruptly. Sometimes the simplest dangers are the deadliest because we stop paying attention. How many of us walk around with earbuds in and zero situational awareness? This story is a loud warning. Then there's the classic chain of hold my beer energy that keeps showing up across decades. People attaching rockets to cars. People jumping from cliffs with homemade parachutes made of bed sheets. People trying to ride shopping carts down steep hills at night. People deciding that a moving train is a good place to stand and take a selfie. Every single time the outcome is the same. The gene pool gets a little cleaner, and the rest of us get a cautionary tale. Let's talk about the man who decided a live electrical wire was a good place to rest. Or the guy who tried to clean a loaded gun by looking down the barrel. Or the one who thought a sleeping bear would make a great photo subject if he just got a little closer. Or the person who entered an active volcano zone just for a better view. These aren't accidents in the normal sense. These are people who looked at a flashing red warning sign and thought it was a challenge. Wait a second, friends. I want to ask you to subscribe to the channel, put a like, and write a comment. Tell me which of these stories already made you shake your head the hardest. Now, let's continue with these truly stupid cases of loss of life. Back to the list. A man in a wheelchair gets angry at an elevator. He rams the doors repeatedly until they give way. And then he falls down the empty shaft. Anger management fails at the highest level. Two drivers stop on a busy highway after a minor fender bender to argue. Both get hit by other cars. Road rage is already dumb. Road rage in active traffic is a final exam you don't want to take. A treasure hunter follows a book of clues into dangerous terrain and never comes back. The treasure stays buried. The hunter becomes part of the landscape. A welder ignores basic chemistry and creates a situation that ends very badly, very quickly. A man tries to capture a large python with a sickle. The python disagrees. A tourist approaches an injured wild animal instead of calling professionals. The animal is not in the mood for help. A group of people decide that swimming in a restricted or clearly dangerous area is fine, just this once. It is not fine. Someone attempts a Snapchat or Instagram pose in a location where one wrong step means a long fall. The photo never gets the likes. And then there are the ones that feel almost poetic in their stupidity. Some stories are almost too perfect. A man builds a homemade sauna or heating device, seals himself in, and discovers the hard limits of temperature and oxygen. Another decides that a live power line is the perfect place to retrieve something. Another tries to move a heavy object with a method that physics immediately rejects. The creativity of bad ideas is honestly impressive. Friends, if there's one lesson running through all of these, it's this. Pause. Just pause. Before you run at the window. Before you stack the pallets. Before you stick your head out of the bus. Before you grab the snake. Before you climb for the photo. Before you argue in the middle of the highway. That 1 second of, wait, is this actually a good idea? Is the difference between a funny story you tell later and a story someone else tells about you. Nature does not care about your confidence. Gravity does not negotiate. Trains do not stop for people on phones. Wild animals are not interested in your content. Windows that have held 100 times can still fail on the 101st. We've covered a lot of ground today. Lawyers, warehouse workers, hunters, tourists, drivers, treasure seekers, trend chasers. Different countries, different decades, same human flaw. The desire to prove something, to save a second, to get the shot, to win the argument, to test the limit, and then the sudden realization that the limit was closer than expected. Some of these deaths are so absurd they circle back around to being darkly funny. Others just make you quiet for a moment. Both reactions are valid. The important part is remembering that the people in these stories were not cartoon characters. They were real, they had families, they had plans for the next day. And then one decision erased all of it. So the next time you're about to do something that starts with "watch this," maybe don't. Or at least do it from a safe distance with a helmet and a sober friend nearby. That's the end of today's collection of the stupidest ways people have left the gene pool. If you made it this far, thank you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button so the algorithm knows this kind of content is worth sharing. And in the comments, tell me what topic or mystery of humanity you want me to cover in the next video. Ancient disappearances? Unsolved historical crimes? Strange inventions that almost worked? Bizarre true stories from the edges of science? Drop your ideas below, I read them. Stay curious, stay careful, and try not to earn any awards of your own. See you in the next one.